Welcome to NFL Week 16 update. Let's get to it. We start on Thursday. Seattle coming back from down 30-14 and had a remarkable win against the Rams, 37-38. Kenneth Walker III, 11 carries, 100 rushing yards, one rushing touchdown. Seattle controls the one seed. They're 12-3, and now they get a huge, interesting game against the Panthers, who are now sitting at first place in the NFC South, which we'll talk a little more about that. But for the Seahawks, they have a good chance to control that one seed. They just need to win their last two to be the one seed. As for the Rams, 11-4, and now their chances of a one seed have faded away. So now they're going to have to play this on the road in the playoffs. So real tough for them. But there is a chance still for them to be maybe a 2 or 3 seed if the Seahawks somehow lose maybe one of their last two games. So with that being said, Rams, listen, you're still not out for the division. You never know what happens. But 11-4, time to get back on track. Then on Saturday, the Eagles winning at 29-18 over the Commanders. Jalen Hurts, 22 out of 30, 185 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and a rating of 111.1 rating. Eagles are 10-5, and they have clinched back-to-back NFC East titles for the first time in 21 years. And yeah, 21 years means it's the first time an NFC East team, like, for example, the Eagles I just mentioned, have repeat as NFC East champs. Finally. So yeah, Eagles go to 10-5. Got a huge road test against the Bills this week. Commanders, they dropped to 4-11. And questions are going to be around if Mariota or Josh Johnson are going to start. And then what a game in Chicago. The Bears, 22-16 win over the Packers. Caleb Williams, 19 out of 34, 250 passing yards. Wow. 2 touchdowns and a rating of 98.9 rating. Bears are 11-4, and there is a possibility they could end up getting the 1 seed, but they're going to need some help if they're going to get there. And for the Packers, they dropped to 9-5-1. Josh Jacobs injured, of course, ankle. Still, we'll see if he plays. But the biggest one is Jordan Love. Now, he had a head injury. We'll see if he does play against the Ravens this Saturday. And if he doesn't, yeah, I don't know who's going to be the starter because, again, Malik Willis also got injured. But let's go back to the Bears. Wow, what an impressive win for the Bears. They were down by 10. And an onside kick, they get the recovery back. What Caleb Williams impressed me was the throws against that game. In that game, 4th down, you get this kind of like a Steph Curry type of a shooting. And he threw it really well. The game-winning touchdown was really impressive. The way if you look at him throwing, it's kind of like a baseball. He's throwing a baseball back to the man on the first base. That's how it is. So the Bears, again, they have a chance to clinch the 1 seed, but they're going to need some help. But this week, a huge matchup against the 49ers this week. To Sunday we go. The Chargers winning at 34-17 over the Cowboys, who got eliminated in the playoff contention earlier on Saturday, which, again, the Eagles won the division and they eliminated the Cowboys from playoff contention. Justin Herbert, 23 out of 19, 300 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, a rating of 132.8 rating. Chargers are 11-4, and they got a huge home game against the Texans. Cowboys, they dropped to 6-1, and all I gotta say is, ho, 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 there should be some good luck on Christmas Day for the Cowboys. An ugly game in New York. The Giants fall to the Vikings 16-13. Jonathan Allen, 8 total tackles, 4 solo tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, 1 QB hit. Giants fall to 2-3, and they have a big one against the Raiders, and the loser of that game could get that number 1 pick. For the Vikings, they are 7-8. Great job for Jonathan Allen for the Vikings. 7-8. Unfortunately, today broke the news. J.J. McCarthy, who had an injury on the head, has been told that he is out for Christmas Day's matchup against the Lions. So Max Brosmer will be the starter for Week 17. All I gotta say is, Vikings fans, good win. Lions, tough one. Cincinnati beat up Quinn Ewers and the Dolphins 45-21. Chase Brown, 12 carries, 66 rushing yards, 1 touchdown on the ground. But he also had 4 catches for 43 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had three touchdowns, 3 touchdown day. Bengals go to 5-10. Miami drops to 6-9. Panthers. Thank God the Panthers won. Let's go. 23-20 over the Buccaneers. Bryce Young, 21 out of 32, 191 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and a rating of 102.5 rating. Panthers are now in possession. They have a chance to win the NFC South this week against the Seahawks. They're now 8-7. As for the Bucs, there's still hope. They just need to win their last 2 to clinch the division, and hopefully they'll need Seattle to beat Carolina. For the Panthers, wow, I was there. I got too excited after the ending of that game. The Lathan Ransom picked game-winning interception, which, great, thank you. Okay, God. But talk about it. This was huge, and it felt like a playoff game. If you go look at that highlights from that game, it felt, you can hear the crowd. It felt like a playoff game, and I was there in the stadium, by the way. It was so loud. The energy was like a playoff game, as I already said earlier. I think Carolina, if they beat Seattle, there is a strong chance that Carolina is going to get a home playoff game for the first time since 2015. But the last time they've been in the playoffs was 2017. So overall, Panthers win one more, and you get yourselves a home playoff game. Saints get a bounce back-to-back wins, are 3 straight wins in a row. 29-6 over the Jets. Cameron Jordan, 4 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 2 QB hits. Saints go to 5-10. Jets drop to 3-12. James Cook and the Bills avoid a trap game with a 23-20 win over the Browns. James Cook III, 16 carries, 117 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Bills go to 11-4. They have a huge game. What could be their last home game in Highmark Stadium against the Eagles. Which, listen, if this is the last time we'll see the Bills playing in their home ground, good luck on the road for playoffs. As for the Browns, Myles Garrett just needs one more sack to break the record. What happened in that game? The Kansas City Chiefs losing at 26-9 over the Titans. Cam Ward, 21 out of 28, 228 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and a rating of 122.3 rating. Titans go to 3-2. Chiefs fall to 6-9, and we'll see who gets to be the starter against the Broncos, because according to the news, Gardner Minshew has torn his Achilles. Yeah, that's not a good way for quarterbacks to go out this year. I'm going to give this a massive Duval for these Jaguars fans. Duval! That's for your Jaguars fans. 34-20 upset win over the Broncos in Mile High. Trevor Lawrence, 23 out of 36, 279 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and a rating of 115.4 rating. Jacksonville, they have fully control, a chance for them to win the AFC South for the first time since 2023, and it's never happened before in 2 years. Of course, you remember, you have I'm trying to think. Doug Peterson, 2023, was first year head coach with the Jaguars, and they won the division. They won the division. They won a playoff game. They lost in the division round. Now this is the same thing. The difference is Liam Cohen's the guy, and I do believe Liam Cohen is the right man for Jacksonville. They're 11-4. Denver, they dropped to 12-3, but they're still number one seed in the AFC. So they have to win their last two games to win not only the AFC West, but to clinch the number one seed in the AFC. Falcons take care of business against the Cardinals 26-19. James Pierce Jr., 2 total tackles, 1 solo tackle, half a sack, 2 passes deflected, 1 QB hit. Atlanta goes to 6-9, while for the Cardinals, they drop to 3-12. Woof. Texans fans should forget about this one. 23-21 win over the Raiders. Derek Stingley Jr., 2 total tackles, 1 solo tackle, 1 pass defense, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Houston, they go to 10-5 as they get ready for their Saturday's football game against the Chargers. While for the Raiders, they drop to 2-13. Mike Tomlin and his 19th straight winning season keeps on going. Wow. 29-24 win over the Lions. Jaylen Warren, 14 carries, 143 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Pittsburgh, 9-6, and there's hope. There's a chance they can clinch the division by this week or next week. 9-6 record. But for the Lions, this is tough. You get an offensive pass interference call from the Lions. They confirm it was a touchdown, and they're not going to give them the replay. That is a real upset for the Lions. And plus, it was their last home game. Wow. Last home game. Tough one. 8-7. They can bounce back against the Vikings on Christmas Day, and then they got to go on the road to Chicago to try to get in the playoffs. As for the Steelers, Mike Tomlin is a Hall of Fame coach for sure. Patriots get back on track. 28-24 win over the Ravens. Stephon Diggs was targeted 10 times, caught 9 of them, 38 receiving yards. Patriots 12-3, win out, you win the division. Ravens 7-8. Not sure if Lamar will play this week against the Packers on Saturday. If not, Snoop Huntley will get the start. And then on Monday night, which happened yesterday, 49ers put almost a 50-burger to the Colts. 48-27 win over the Colts. George Kittle, 7 catches for 115 receiving yards and a touchdown. 49ers 11-4, while for the Colts, they dropped to 8-7. That's it for NFL Week 16 update. If you have not seen my other videos, go check them out on my channel. Of course, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more sports news.